go to.
Okay. Hey guys, it's your host Samantha here, and welcome back to Slate Me. We are going to get right in and started with our first guest today, and I want to introduce you to my co-host for the show. This is Lorelai. She's been on the show before, but you want to say hi to the camera?
Hi.
Awesome. So I guess we'll just jump right in. So this is Chaz. Hi, Chaz. You want to introduce yourself for everyone?
Chaz Buchanan. I've been making films in this area for the better part of over a decade. Been making grindhouse-style films. I also have ran a few studios, managed a couple studios, run a couple of the networking groups in town. We used to have quite a few mixers. Been very fortunate to have met some really awesome people along the way, and you know, just continue to make new projects and truck along, and I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon.
Keep the ball rolling, yeah?
That's it.
Awesome. So I guess we'll just jump right into my questions. My cards are upside down, but
that's all right.
So how did you get into the filmmaking biz?
Oh, it's kind of I think everybody has an artist in them. It's just finding out what you're good at and what you can create, because that's like the best thing in the world, is creating something out of nothing. So you know, there's some people that are musicians, some people that are painters, some people that are this or that. I can't even draw a stick person, so I knew I couldn't do that. So roughly around high school, I just wanted to make a movie, so I had one of those mini DV tapes, a PD-150, and I shot some shorts with my friends, and then that turned into more stuff. But when I was growing up, I was always into trauma movies, and I said, you know what, I can do this. You know what I mean? This kid is amazing.
She's so cute.
She's so animated. She stays up all night, and
that's cool, right?
She's a party animal. But so I love trauma movies, and now I'm actually a trauma filmmaker. So the kid in me, when I was her age, I was watching those types of movies. So if you had told me when I was her age I would be making trauma movies, I would say, go ahead and kill me now, 'cause that's
You're wrong.
Yeah. But yeah.
So what was the hardest part getting started for you?
The hardest thing is getting people to subscribe to what you are trying to do.
Yeah, for sure.
When I started, there wasn't as much networking that's happening now. There was not many filmmakers. There was talent, but they were very cliquish. You know, you would be with this filmmaker or that filmmaker, and you wouldn't really cross over. So just trying to get the people to make a film on a low budget or no budget at all is next to impossible, especially when you're just coming out of high school. And you know, so but what I say is there's no better time to make a movie than right now. So if you want to make a movie, people, just find out a way to make it, and whatever you have, make it work. And that's really the truth of it, you know.
So you're working on a new feature currently, yeah? You want to tell us a little bit about that, what it's about, all that kind of stuff?
Can you cover your ears for a little bit? Yeah. Okay. So what we're actually making is a social satire about racial relations in the world right now. It's about a Nazi in World War II Germany who makes a Frankenstein monster, but he has to flee the country before he can make it. This monster finally gets created, and it's in America, and for the next handful of decades, this neo-Nazi family is raising this monster. Eventually, one of the daughters is not racist, and she's a cheerleader at the local college. She hooks up with the star linebacker, who happens to be of color. She falls in love with him. She gets pregnant. The monster kills the woman, and the family scolds this monster for what he did, calls it a whole bunch of nasty Jewish names. And so the monster finally realizes what he is. He looks at his tattoo, and he realizes what he is, and the whole rest of the movie, he kills neo-Nazis. So it's a monster made for hate, and then he fights and destroys hate. So if there's ever a spawn off of this or a franchise, he's going to kill racist groups in each movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, can uncover yours
You can uncover now.
Okay, yeah.
I have really good hair.
So you heard that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's okay, it's okay.
Well,
what do you think? Is that a cool movie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Rock and roll, everybody.
Rock and roll.
This kid is awesome.
High five. Yeah.
I also watch scary movies with
Do
Mom
you?
and Dad. Yeah.
What kind of movies have you seen?
Walking Dead.
You like The Walking Dead? Me too. That's
Yeah?
awesome. That's
Is it
very
your
cool.
favorite show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the people would go like screaming through the woods, going like, help!
In The Walking Dead. Would you want to be in The Walking Dead one day? Because you're an actress, yeah?
Yeah, I can even make the right sounds of a zombie.
Let me
Yeah?
hear it. That's
I think you
pretty-
have your next star, your next zombie film.
That's
Chaz.
pretty cool. Oh man, I would put you in a zombie movie in a heartbeat.
You want to be a zombie?
You want to munch on some brains?
Some fake brains.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to munch on
Oh,
brains.
yeah.
We're good to go.
Flavored.
Donut flavored brains? I could do that, girl. I could do that.
Oh yeah. Look for it. So you're also the co-owner of Haltom Theater.
Yes, the
So-
historic Haltom Theater in Haltom City. Yes, it's gonna be right there. But we got these shirts. These are gonna be available at the Veterans Memorial Park that's going up in I don't know the date, but it's coming up. But we're gonna be selling these as part of the charity drive to build funds up for it. But yeah, the Haltom Theater is a labor of love that's. There's 5 partners. It's two families. It's me, my mother, my father, and Darnell Smith and Jan Ashley. My mother and Jan are school teachers for the LISD, and my father is a head superintendent for a big construction company, and then Darnell is a major web developer and marketer. So we got a perfect storm. Monday through Thursday, we're going to show movies, and then Friday through Sunday is going to be live events such as concerts, big concerts. We're going to do live comedy, live theater, and I haven't told anybody this, so this is exclusive on this show. We are signing a deal with VIP Wrestling to bring professional wrestling once a month out of Haltom City. So you will get the big names such as Cody Rhodes, the Dudley Boys, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Von Erichs, all the old ECW guys, all the Legends wrestlers. So every month you will get the best live wrestling, the best live music, the best live comedy, big name stars, big name celebrities, big name artists. You're going to get all that. It's going to be the place for movies and live entertainment in the mid-cities.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you
that's
so much.
Amazing.
We're very excited.
Well, you got me. I like wrestling.
Woo!
You like wrestling? Who's your favorite wrestler?
Well, I don't really like wrestling, but
You just told me you liked wrestling.
Well,
I
she
like
likes to watch it.
wrestling people.
She wants to be a wrestler.
Do you think John Cena's hot?
John Cena. Do you know who that is?
Me.
I'm going to have to
No.
tell her who John Cena is after the show. Awesome.
I'm staying at her house.
Oh man.
And we can watch some John Cena, okay?
There you go. There
Awesome,
you go.
perfect. So what are your, so those are your goals for the theater, is to have some big name people, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna have a venue that's gonna house roughly around 800 to 1,000 in the actual. We're gonna have a stage. We're gonna have a really rocking PA system, 5.1 surround sound, a 30-foot screen with ultra high definition 4K. We're gonna play movies through all the decades and all the way up to current movies. So we're just gonna do something a little different than what everybody else is doing.
That's the way to go, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to aim for a December 7th date, which would be the anniversary of the theater opening in 1941. We're going to try to aim for that, but if we don't, then by latest it would be January. But yeah, anytime you see a music star that is still a very big name, but they just can't sell the arenas out anymore, that's the kind of artist we're going to be getting. So you'll be talking about, like, you know, the Bob Segers and the Jimmy Bonds and the Journeys or the Styx or ZZ Tops or any of those big draws that can sell out about 1,000-person venue is what we're aiming for.
This is a smaller venue, but like it's still big
intimate
enough.
is what we're going to call
Intimate.
it. It's an intimate setting
good
to
word.
see some of your favorite stars from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and some of the acts up to the last 10 years.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So to wrap up this interview, there's a question that I ask every guest that come on the show. And
What's that?
is, what would be your best piece of advice for a young filmmaker coming into this industry?
Do it because you love it, because if you're doing it to be rich or famous, that's 1 in a million. So I would say don't quit your day job, and also go to school. Go to school and do this because you love it, and then if you do it because you love it, then the chances are you're always going to be happy because you get to see yourself doing what you love, and if you're doing it for money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Oh yeah, that's one I haven't heard yet.
I'm not
actually
doing it for money. I'm not acting for
I
money.
already know that. You're
That's
the
good.
coolest. You're the coolest. This girl can read, she can count. Man, this girl's on top of it. And
Yeah.
she stays up till 3, 4 in the morning, but she doesn't stay up late enough for donuts, right?
Yeah.
That's what she told me earlier. We were talking. But you like chocolate sprinkles on your donuts, is what you said. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the donut is chocolate, and then they stick the rainbow sprinkles on.
Rainbow sprinkles on
This
a
kid is
chocolate
awesome. She really is. If you all need a child actor,
Christmas one-
I mean, I can
the
just tell who's
Christmas
animated and who's
sprinkles
not.
are
This
shaped
is
like
the one for you
Christmas
guys.
donut. Oh yeah.
And they're red and green.
For Christmas, yeah. Awesome, yeah. Well, thank you, Chaz, for coming on the show.
Oh man, it was a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, thank you. So, do we have any social media for you?
You
Find out
can
what you're
follow us on holtumtheater.com, or you can add us on the Facebook page at Holtum Theater and just find us there. The film that we talked about earlier is called Third Reichenstein. It's not out yet. We are wrapping this weekend, but there is a film that we made that got distribution through Troma called Moonshine Meat Market Mayhem. That should be hitting DVD here in the next few months. And if you go back and you really want to go back into my catalog, there was a film under Brain Damage Films called Tale of the Voodoo Prostitute. That one is also on DVD. So we got a couple very colorful films, and we're going to keep making some colorful films for everybody to enjoy. And it's been an absolute treat. Thank you so much for having me, ladies.
Thank you. Awesome. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're up to.
Awesome.
Awesome. So I will see y'all guys right after the break, but thank you, Chaz, for coming on the show.
Oh man, I had a blast.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll see you guys in just 1 second.
All righty.
Those who break the code must pay.
Time is wasting. Tell Father, I will handle this.
They existed centuries ago in Japan.
Yeah, man. Some samurai, ninja, whatever. I get it.
No, not samurai.
Their bloodline has been kept alive by those who lived and died to preserve it.
Hey, Eric.
Babe, get out of there, fast.
Only one would stand in their way.
No, I'm not afraid of the Yakuza.
Now here's the deal. I'm gonna bring you the case. You're gonna bring me the $5 million.
Ego will be coming for the scroll. Where are they meeting?
They're meeting at the warehouse.
There's gonna be a deal. The deal will happen.
There's a back door that we have broken a lock to. Enter there by darkness. Please, be careful.
I will be fine.
A triangle of three rivals, out for blood of each other.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slate Me. I'm your host Samantha here, and we are here with a very special guest. This is Patrick Dummis. Do you want to tell us what you do, Patrick?
Yes, I'm a martial arts instructor and director with Midnight Samurai Films.
Awesome, perfect. So you have a background in self-defense, yeah?
Yeah.
So what kind of training do you have, like what, mixed martial arts?
No, well, kinda. It's not non-competitive traditional Japanese Budo, and it's a combination of many different styles. Dates back many centuries out of Japan. Ninjutsu. There's a big misconception about the art based on a lot of movies that have been put out about it.
Oh yeah, the media kind of kills things.
Yeah, it's all assassins and shurikens and all that, but in reality, you know, the ninjutsu originated from people in the feudal ages of Japan, where they were imposed upon by an overbearing government, you know, the daimyo.
Yeah.
And so they had to learn the skills to fight back to protect their homes and family, and from that, you know, they used farm implements, tools and whatnot as weapons, and they became so good at it that the daimyo actually began to hire them as spies and intelligence gathering. That's what shinobi actually means, intelligence gatherer. And they became bodyguards, and there's, you know, just been over-exaggerated in the movies.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, through Midnight Samurai Films, trying to kind of, you know, do a fresh start on what the image really is about, the true history and what they're like.
Yeah, so how did you get into filmmaking? How did you go about doing that transition?
Well, I actually was in the Navy. I was in broadcast. We had a ship over in the Middle East with 5,000 people on board, and I did the Navy broadcast on that. And I was also part of the Counter-Terrorist Defense Force team. But you know, that's where it really started, and then it didn't really take off until years later. I kind of wanted it to start further back, but it just didn't happen at the right time. Till about 2012, when I mentioned my story that I put together based on my military experience, my martial arts, and and my research on advanced technologies and stuff like that, and I thought I'd, put it together. And when I presented that to a 30-year veteran in filmmaking, she's pretty well known throughout the DFW film industry. She loved it, wanted to put it out there. And as soon as she did, she said she was pretty much inundated with people that wanted in it. So it has a lot of strong female roles. And
is that the film that we just saw?
Well, no, that's Silver Case. That was just that was another film script that I had on the shelf, and we did a trailer for it. I had David Skelton and Les Gladys helping filming that, and they did an awesome job. We filmed that in about 12 hours, and great crew.
Whoa.
Pretty much every film project, that I've done, we've just been lucky, and blessed to get the people that commit, so far on that one and the 2 features I've been working on with over 150 people. I've lost very few, but the ones that I did lose, we ended up replacing them with more people. So, that's been a really good thing.
Yeah, congratulations. And also thank you for your service
in
the Navy.
Thanks.
So you keep mentioning your company, Midnight Samurai Films. And is it just you, or do you have, people working on that in that company with you?
Well, I mean, I initiated it, but I have my crew that production manager and assistant producers with Elvis and Jessica, and my wife has been there completely and backing me up. Couldn't do a lot without her behind the scenes, and family involved, and so. I've got good cinematographers with Chuck and Kevin, and they've worked on many films, and so that's, other than that, it's just me, but I got a lot of good people. The cast and crew really good people. They've stuck through. I mean, we've literally started Area 57, Project 24 in 2012. We went for a couple of years, and we had to pause it due to funding issues because we were trying to find military-style, locations, and that can be expensive. So in order to try to help in the process of funding, we put it on pause and started A Perfect Vengeance. And that's a whole different, I mainly focus on military, black ops, martial arts style.
Yeah, stick with what you know.
Yeah, I mean that's what I have the background in, and so I mean not necessarily the black ops, but I have worked with SEALs and stuff. So I kind of, and the ninja guys from Japan, the Grandmaster from Japan and stuff. I've worked with them, and so I kind of roll it all up into one and put it into my films, and it's just taken off. A Perfect Vengeance. You can go on there on Facebook and see the people that are involved on that. And some of Area 57. And if you go to Midnight Samurai Films on Facebook, you can see both.
Actually, we have the trailer for Area 57. So we're going to go ahead and play that real quick, and then we can come back and talk about the film.
Area 57 is a remote, secluded black ops facility. It's under the command of Lieutenant General Burt of Area 51, sister site to Area 57.
Tower, this is Janet 929. OT code is Echo Bravo Romeo. Roger, copy that, Janet 929. You're clear for battle.
Commander, thanks for meeting me. I believe I've stumbled upon some intel about a operation and a team outside this country.
Did they get these guys from the psych ward or what?
Last thing I need is a foreign Japanese commando unit. Our government's paying $10 million for it to bring in for training and then get the blood shot off.
No, you don't know these guys. You don't know these guys. It's all right.
on something that you were not supposed to know about. Why the hell aren't you in your sector?
And 2 targets passing the markers, and they're making their way to the shore, and they're not being stopped. Now, what's the explanation for this, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant, no. Secure yourself in the confinement area. Now. Lieutenant Benning, do you copy? Lieutenant Benning?
Do not. I repeat, do not report a section breach.
Corporal, you will take out those targets now. You will not let them get to the shore. Do you understand me?
Sir, you gotta come see this. I just killed Bigfoot. What the hell? What's your status?
Oh, what a glorious day.
All right, so do you want to explain to all of us what's going on in that trailer?
Well, yeah, that's it's mainly based on a story about a remote Black Ops island, and they got secret projects going on there, and a lot of military that have been rejected, you know, due to disciplinary problems are sent to this island. Basically, it's all about advanced technologies and things that they're doing, and you know, it's meant to be a TV or actually a series.
Yeah.
So we'll plan to try to do multiple features and make it into a series.
Yeah.
Each one with a different project based on a different subject, you know, in regards to advanced
Awesome.
technology
Yeah,
and
cool.
Black Ops. And it's all, you know, with the martial arts injected into it.
Yeah.
So all action and cool military stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, oh
You
yeah.
gonna be an officer in our movie?
And go fight people?
Maybe.
Be a ninja?
No? No? A pilot?
Be a zombie.
Not a
but-
pilot?
Oh yeah, zombie.
A zombie.
okay,
You
well-
gotta add zombies in your special Black
Yeah,
Ops
well,
movies.
no zombies, but...
Awesome. So I've heard that you take a slightly different approach on making featured films. Do you want to kind of tell us about the way that you go about doing that?
I've tried to minimize a lot. I figure the way I've seen based on others and how others have done it is people tend to complicate things too much and make things and just, you know, that can drag things out, and the more that you know have of what I found, the more involved with the crew that you have, the more you got to deal with.
That's fair.
You know, so I've seen and I kind of learned this over the time in the process of the filming that, okay, I see this one guy over here, Ken. He knows who he is out there in Dallas. And he works with Peter Pham, and they do awesome filming. And this is a one-man crew. He's got
Insane.
one guy with the camera, and he does some of the best filming that I've seen in indie filmmaking.
That's insane. Because
One guy with the camera.
I
That's
definitely have kind of a different viewpoint on that one.
Yeah, and there.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting to hear
Yeah.
other people because
Yeah.
We really haven't worked together on a film before, so it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting to hear.
Yeah,
your
and you
side.
know, there's other crews out there that, you know, they got your
One hat for
lighting, and
everybody,
you got
yeah.
the slate guy and the makeup and all this, and yeah, they use the makeup, you know, but But still, I was just thoroughly impressed seeing what they could do with just this one guy and one camera.
Oh yeah, that's
And so I
insane.
started kind of trying to minimize my own crew, and you know, I do my own filming too, cinematography, and I've done most of it for Perfect Vengeance. I had Kevin and Chuck help with Area 57.
Yeah.
But I try to, you know, really, you know, find that with a lot of the camera, keep the camera moving, keep the audience interested.
Oh yeah.
You know, I like a constant rolling. Every scene, I want something that's going to grip the audience. You know.
Always keep them on the edge of their seat.
Yeah. So I've just minimized a lot, and it's.
And they scoop me on the edge of the bed.
Yeah. You got to keep it on the edge of the bed, yeah?
No, I go off.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Scoot, scoot,
Scoot, scoot, scoot.
So I would say, you know, my advice is try to minimize as much as possible to keep the expense down.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah, indie films don't have big budgets.
Yeah, I mean,
you need the dough.
Yeah. That would be the main thing. And other thing is, you know, stay committed. I hear and read a lot of people struggling to try to keep people in their films. They can't keep the feature going or whatever, or even a short film because people are dropping out, they're not being reliable. Well, you know, that's going to fall back on people eventually because directors and producers talk among each other, and when they want to cast that same person and they know that they've worked with you, and they say, well, what do you think of this actor?
It's a small world in this business.
Actress.
Oh yeah,
I've
it's a small
experienced
world.
it already many times.
Me too.
And I'm like, so, oh well, they're good. You know, they're reliable. They're there. They're you know, they're gonna make it happen for you.
The word gets out.
Versus the other one, well, I had that one in, but half the time they didn't show up, or I thought they were going to be through the whole film, but they dropped out halfway.
Yeah, they didn't memorize any lines.
They're a good person, but in terms of filming, I'm not so sure you might want to use them. I mean, I prefer to put out positive, you know, things about people, but at the same time, people, other directors and producers, if they come to me and ask me, what do you think of this actor, actress, which we do, you know, and we talk and we find out, you know, because we know that they've been in other films, we're going to find out, you know, how'd they act on set, you know, what were they like, and I hear some horror stories, and if I hear, oh, well, they were just all that, they thought they were all that in a bag of chips, I don't want them myself, you know, I want somebody that's going to be, you know, a team player.
Oh, yeah.
And going to do just, you know, do what's expected and respect the directors and producers and the crew.
For sure.
And play their part, you know, and so that would be my best advice on that.
Awesome, yeah, so you kind of answered that question for me.
Stay committed to what you do, you know, do what you say you're going to do. If you volunteer for a film, stay with it.
Stick to it.
You know, even if it does get difficult, you know, for you to be there, because it's going to come back to you down the road if you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, that was kind of my last question, but that's a good one. Yeah, definitely stick to your word.
Yeah.
Be reliable.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean
emergencies do come up, but like definitely just don't not show up.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I can't, you know, I'm not giving advice for other directors or producers because there's so many out there in the indie film business that are more experienced than myself. But just be fair also to the actors and actresses.
Oh, yeah,
because people still have a life.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as they're willing to work with you, you got to be fair to people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and not just say, well, forget it, you're out of here, you know, just because they missed one shoot. You know, I really try to work with people, you know, to work with their schedule. At the same time, they got to work with me too, and work with the production schedule, and not expect us to revolve around them. It's not going to work that way.
It's definitely not going to work that way, but we got to wrap this interview up. So thank you so much, Patrick, for coming on the show talking today.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So is there any like social media that we can find you and follow your work and see these films?
Mostly on Facebook, Perfect Vengeance, and Midnight Samurai Films for right now.
Oh, yeah. I spelled Midnight Samurai just like you'd figure.
Yeah.
So
if they want to connect to me, if they're interested in getting in, I've given a lot of extras room to grow in terms of, working their way up, and they can vouch for that.
Awesome,
They're starting out as extras, or they get cut from other films, but I'm giving them a lot more of a chance. So if they're in that position where they want to get their foot in the door, and especially if they got experience in martial arts or military background,
this is the guy to talk to.
Yeah, because especially Area 57, because it will be we plan for it at least to be an ongoing series.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely
have a lot of room to cast.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and this is going to be helpful. So anybody out there looking for work, this is the guy to hit up. So, well, thank you so much, and we're running a little over time, so we're going to wrap this up, and I will see you guys in a little bit, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
My
awesome.
mom's
Thanks.
looking for a job, so maybe...
This Slate Me music segment is brought to you by the multi-Grammy Award-winning Blue Cat Studios, located in the King William District of San Antonio, and by Hohner Instruments, a music tradition since 1857, and by H. Jimenez Guitars, tradition with innovation.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slate Me, and I'm Samantha here, and this is Lorelai, and we're going to cut straight to our music segment. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself, but here we go.
My name is John Memphis, and this is Better Part of Me.
Well, the devil's got a better part of me. this is me. Oh, don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me up, but this is my hand, and you know when. Now he's got me on his tight leash, cutting me with his thorns, taking me on a dark path, only he knows where. Yes, fettered my tongue, control my heart of truth, restrained is my will, and none of me is left to dispute. Well, the devil's got a better part of me, and this is me. Oh, don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me up, but this is my hand, and you know when. Now I'm diving into his unjust will, with a hope of coming back. Trust me, I hate this and I live to regret. I've been doing it for too long, too long. Stop now, I've chosen the easy way out. Well, the devil's got a better part of me, and this is me. Don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me up, but this is my hand, and you know where I. Well, the devil's got a better part of me, and this is me. Don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me up, but this is my hand, and you know where I. Well, I'm sorry for my sorrows, but my choices haven't made. Your sky might be cloudy, but mine is full of rain. This path of bad decisions, they've left me at loss. No way to return to what was easy before. Well, the devil's got better for me, and this is me. Don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me on, but this is my hand, and you know where. Well, the devil's got better for me, and this is me. Don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me on, but this is my hand, and you know when I'm. Well, the devil's got better part of me. This is me. Oh, don't you see? Thank you for trying to cheer me on, but this is my hand, and you know when it is the end.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slate Me. I'm your host Samantha here, and this is Lorelai, and this is my musical guest. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Charlie J. Memphis, and is there anything you want me to say, or is that just...
No, tell us, we kind of already know what you do, but like what you do.
Well, I play guitar, harmonica, and I sing, do bass. Kind of learning the drums right now. That's kind of like, it's iffy. I'm trying now.
No, kind of doing it.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into that? Because you're still a youngin.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I kind of started with getting into like a music group sort of thing, and just starting off with that because it was that point in my life where I didn't know what I wanted to do. So you kind of just start doing whatever, and music was one of them because my mom was a bassist.
Oh wow.
And so kind of, let's try music. And actually, I did a show at Lincoln Hall in Chicago, and that. It was kind of like after I played, I realized this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It was that sort of...
The kind of aha moment.
It was like, yeah, basically. I remember telling my dad...
Epiphany.
I remember telling my dad just like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. I was so sure of it, and I've been doing it since.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got a question, Lorelai? Yeah?
She probably wants coffee. I need coffee.
No.
I haven't had coffee in 2 months.
Oh, what a pleasure. Caffeine's an addiction.
How long have you been doing this?
About a few years.
A few years.
Okay.
Yeah. So how old are you now?
I'm 16.
Awesome, perfect. So you kind of have like a bluesy kind of sound. So who are your inspirations for that? Where do you pull from?
Well, earliest inspiration is Bob Dylan. He's a story writer. He writes stories, and I love stories. They're interesting. It's more interesting to listen to a story than someone just rambling on about. I can't really explain.
Kind of pop music where it's like, oh, you got one kind of good like verse, and then the chorus over and over and over
again, same word.
Yeah.
And then it'd be Jack White. Lately, it's been the Stray Cats, kind of the '50s rockabilly sort of stuff, and then
I can hear that.
Like Buddy Guy, Lyman Hopkins.
Yep.
You know, all those old blues guys. It's a whole mixture of the two.
Oh yeah.
Well, 3, 4. It's a.
I could definitely hear that for sure.
Awesome. Good to know.
Yeah. So
my mom thinks you sound like a different person.
Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. That's a good thing though. That you're taking inspiration from like some real big.
Yeah. Older.
Older styles. So you wrote that song.
Oh yes.
So do you want to tell us like where the inspiration for that particular song came from?
I think with that one, it's just a lot of my songs. I either go from, as the blues go, you go from woes, or just a lot for me is just my own personal stuff, and then
stick with what you know.
Yeah, definitely. But with that one, it's just how you're wanting to do the right thing, but the wrong has the better part of you, such as the devil's got a better part of you, and it's just you're struggling with that most of the time. It's taking you where it wants to go. You have no idea where you're going. You're kind of blindly on a leash going wherever, whatnot, and hoping for the best. Usually the best doesn't happen, and that's just what kind of the inspiration comes out of, I would say.
So how did you get into songwriting? Because I feel like singers and songwriters are two different things. Like they're two different, they kind of go together, but they're not the same thing.
Because you can be someone that plays songs, you can be someone that actually writes songs.
Yeah,
and then there's people where they mix it together.
Both. Yeah, what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just, at one point I was in a band, a 3-piece punk band, and I think it's just, I covered so many songs, it's like, you know what, I'm going to try it out for once. Oh, yeah. And of course, the first few times, it sucked.
You fail,
it sucked.
And then you learn.
It's like with anything in life. You're going to suck the first few times. Rarely you do good at the first times, but then I just start writing and just constantly started writing. Not as much as I do now because I try to write a song every day. Like yesterday it was half a song, so I was lacking a bit, I admit.
Yeah.
But it's just writing as much as you can and practice, and it's just, yeah, I think that answers it at least.
Oh, yeah. We, before the show, we kind of had a cool conversation about school since you're still in school. So
school.
So you kind of want to explain what you do for that since you're kind of doing this full time now.
Yeah, it's the best thing I do, so I'm saying it, but
stick with what you do.
But right now I'm doing Connections, and it's just, Connections, it's online school-based stuff. I forget where it's based off of, partially because I don't care.
Partially because I don't care. At least you're honest.
Yeah, but it's an online school, so it's very flexible.
Oh yeah.
But from what my schedule is, you got like 4 hours. So I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I think I told you this before. I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. 4 hours of practice, if not 3 at the least, and then get into school. Do that for I think it was 5 hours because I'm still in summer right now. I don't get back till the 28th, so I still have some time. But yeah, so it's just really flexible. It's nice.
Definitely.
Much better than public school where it's kind of like everything you have to go by their rules in a sense. Like even when you try to do it lunch, it was still because the try find a room. If you didn't find a room, you couldn't practice, and then you've already wasted half of the lunch time. And then if you do get the practice, it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. So you definitely prefer it to public school.
Yeah, I definitely. It's a lot better. It's almost like homeschooling in a way, but you're not with your mom all day.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
not that I love you, Mom, but I like me time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Awesome. So before we wrap up the show with the next song, you kind of want to explain that song before you sing it, and then we'll listen.
So Move Along, it start off with a girl, of course, like so many different songs.
A girl, always.
A girl, it's a heartbreak. It's another one of those woe songs, except it's a bit more happier, but then if you really get more into the lyrics, you realize, wait, he's really sad. It's just, it's an upbeat tempo. And it's just talking about why a girl would never choose me and like choosing all my faults in a sense, either being really skinny, not being the muscular guys girls want, and football players and all of that because I don't like sports. Well, I like the Cubs because I'm a Chicago kid, so
Got it.
But that's basically it. It's pretty simple, I would say. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hear it. But there is one question that I ask every guest that comes on my show ever. And that would be, what would be your best piece of advice to a young singer coming into this industry?
I think it's better to start early. It's definitely better to start early because if you start later, you'll have to pay your dues then. But as I live, how I do is just pay my dues now, so that way I don't have to do it when I'm 20 or 30. Because there's some artists that start later on and they might make it successful later on. But that's when they're older. But then if I start now, it's kind of like you can start now, pay all the dues now, so that way it's easier.
When you get there.
When you get to like 30, I don't know exact ages because
but when you get there,
stuff can happen. Stuff can happen. And then just committing. Like if you love it, do it. But if you don't love it, it's the same thing as like I forget what his name was. But then if you do it for just the money and such, you're not gonna get anywhere. You might get somewhere, but it's that 1 in 1,000 chance. You might become a hit pop star, but then that's a slim chance. You're walking on like a tiny wire right there. Guitar string, for instance, and you're easily gonna.
That's fair. You're gonna get uninterested. You're gonna get bored. You're not gonna want to do it
Exactly.
anymore.
If you don't put the work into it, you're not gonna get anywhere.
I agree.
It doesn't come out of a silver platter, and so silver. Sorry. But I think that answers it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kind of rambling there. I do that.
Awesome.
A lot,
well, thank you so much. Yeah. Is there anywhere we can find your music at? Like,
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then I've got a website. But it's all Charlie J. Memphis. The website is charliejmemphis.com, and then Reverb Nation as well. Become a fan on there, and then you get little bits of. There's some songs from cut out of some live shows, so you can listen to some of my music there. Right now, I don't have anything on Spotify or anything. Getting that worked out. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed having you on the show, and I'm looking forward to hearing your next song. So
awesome.
I guess we'll just jump right into it. So I'll see you guys in a second.
Awesome.
This is Move Along. Well, I'm not loving anybody, so I might as well move along. Nobody wants to see a sad little dog, so I might as well move along. Well, I've always been the third wheel or any odd number, in fact. No woman will ever love me, so I might as well move along. I'm not loving anybody, so I might as well move along. Nobody wants to see a lonely boy, so I might as well move along. Well, I had a love a little older than me. I got lucky, yo, that's for sure. Her kiss, it was more like a curse, so I tell you, it haunts me on this very day. Well, I'm not loving anybody, so I might as well move along. No woman wants a scrawny boy like me, so I might as well move along. Well, I have no muscle to use to carry you with, my dear. I have no brawn. All I can do is play this guitar, so I might as well move along. Well, I'm not loving anybody, so I might as well move along. All I can do is play this guitar, so I might as well move along. Well, I'm not loving anybody, so I might as well move along. No woman could ever love me, so I might as well move along. Move along, move, move, move along, move, move, move along, move, move. I gotta move along.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slate Me. I'm your host Samantha here, and that was Charlie, and he's really great, and you should probably go listen to more of his music because it's really good. So this is the last segment of the show, and I'm just gonna talk to you, Lorelai. What do you think? Yeah? Is there anything you want to say before we leave?
Well, I just want to say that this is awesome being on this show.
Yeah, you really like it? Mm-hmm. How about I say maybe you come back again?
Yeah.
Yeah? You gonna come back?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, do you like acting? Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, well, I really enjoyed having you on the show, Lorelai. Are you excited to come back? Yep, you're a really good help. High five. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. We're running a little over time, but I want to go ahead and thank all of my guests, including Lorelai, one more time for being on the show today. Did you think our guests were fun? Did you like them? Yeah? Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for supporting our show and watching every day, or every week. So I'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Don't forget it. And I had a really fun time today, and I hope y'all did too. So we'll be back. Keep watching, stay groovy, and I will see you all next week. So bye, guys.